Hey everybody, booyaka booyaka. Let's enter Vault 619. I'm Bobo the Vulture, and it's time to check on our little vault town, eh? John Madden, John Madden. Hey, the baby grew up. Congratulations, baby. Okay, so when they say the baby, they mean an awful dang lot of babies. Yes, let's train some of these kids. Do we have any more money to be able to add another room there?
I'm not used to seeing so few pregnant women.
It's a little strange. We could add a weight room to allow some of them to get strong. Okay, that's a problem. First, we're gonna have to build an elevator. Then build a weight room. Because we don't have enough money for, oh, I don't have enough money now. Shoot. You actually are charismatic, eh, Mr. Brooks? Let's look at the corner here. Alright, you guys are all already in here training. It's gonna not take you that long to level up, so there's that. How many kids do I have right now that aren't doing anything? Well, you're out exploring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 kids that I need to give something to do. We're going to need some money for that. The weird irony is I don't actually want to level them up any. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter, because I'm not going to be able to train any of these kids as agility right away. I suppose I could put them to work. I mean, if I had to, I guess. To increase the efficiency of these places. Let's see. Yeah, what the hey. Let's see. We can put 2 kids to work in here. You have a mild amount of agility. You be one of them. And then... So this is totally suboptimal, you guys, but... You have more perception than anything else. You have charisma, Doris. I like it. A little creepy? Yeah, a little creepy. Where are our last kids? You don't have any agility whatsoever. Hey, Creepman. I see you. And I see you. Oh, hey, now we've got the ability to add more here. And then here we go. Now let's assign some kids down here. You're on a coffee break. Why don't you come down here and increase your strength? You're on a coffee break. You don't have a lot of strength. Why don't you come down here and increase your strength? Why don't... You're already training. Why don't you come down here and increase your strength? And at last, who else is on coffee break? You're on coffee break. Go better yourself. So that room is full of people getting trained up now. This room is on fire. Why don't you level up so that you'll be better equipped to see the fire getting put out? How about that? Okay. There's a fire, but that's boring. And some of you guys are going to take a little while to level up because you have super, super strong strength. That's okay, though. That's fine. And I think there's still some kids wandering around. One thing they never tell you, you're supposed to wear underwear under the jumpsuit or not. And that depends. How does that joke go again? A man and a rabbit walk into the bar. Make food for everyone. Let's see how our friends are doing out on the quest times. Because we have quest times out here, everybody. Quest personals. Let's load it up. Let's learn about the new Boston Bulge. I mean Bugle. I mean Bulge. This is quite a ways down. Come in the gate. Rad roaches! Hoo-ha-hoo! Come on. You guys are more agile than rad roaches. Hoo! Hoo-ha-hoo! Come on, there's one left. You guys can ready your guns again, right? What are they, like, firing muskets? For those who don't know a whole ton about this game, which honestly could include me, this game was released as kind of a teaser in the lead-up to Fallout 4, which is now one Fallout game back, but is like 2 Fallout games ahead of the last Fallout game that I played extensively. And that one is supposed to have taken place in, like, New Boston. So, that's the kind of stuff that should be going on here. There's probably a more efficient way to do this in terms of focusing fire and things like that, but for the time being, I'm content to let combat go this way. Hey, Lethal, how's it going? That's right. I went ahead and got this slightly more optimized to where I can actually see... Hey, thanks for the host, Lethal. Wow. Everything is coming together. Everything's coming up Prifia. The Overseer better appreciate this. I appreciate you guys so much.
Look at these guns.
Now, one thing I can't do, Lethal, is see you flexing right now behind your keyboard. So unfortunately, I cannot look at your guns. But yes,
the broodmares have nothing to fear now.
it's kind of true. This is what you can end up getting. You can get the ball rolling with. So what do you think of the Wasteland? You can get the ball rolling once you have some weapons and you can get out and start doing some quests. Then new weapons start rolling in. Not much to think about.
Local feline is too swole to control.
Too swole to control, baby. Not much to think about because Wasteland. Now, it's easy to get a little overconfident here because we're fighting rad roaches and mole rats. There's not much else going on. But I am appreciative of... Okay. Appreciative of the fact that we have at least enough weapons to equip our party now. I think you may have missed the episode earlier today, Lethal, where I actually sent these three out on a mission with one gun between all of them. No, I think maybe 2 guns between all of them. So not even everybody was armed. I think Cynthia Graham had
I was kinda at work.
Well, you know, I often am at work too, but instead of being at work on Mondays, I'm at work on Saturdays. So that's great. I'm loving that. Okay, you're about ready to go home now? But what about treasures? What about prizes? Alright, more and more rats. Take them out. Let me... There we go. Gosh. Oh, that was terrible. For crying... Oh. Okay, the critical hit function on this is a lot more irritating to deal with. Ooh, Raider armor. Let's actually put that on somebody. Cynthia, I think your suit doesn't do anything for... This would increase your agility, which I think is more useful out here right now than perception. Yeah, but in the last episode we went out. Not everybody had weapons. We had one suit of armor and 2 weapons, so everybody got something, but nobody got everything. So what's in here? Almost there. A toy car! Ooh. And now all of our... Okay. Now all God's children's got guns. Although, that pool cue theoretically... given her luck stat and her strength and agility, I'm gonna guess she's not actually doing a lot of hits for 8 points of damage. So, the Scope Magnum might be the better route here. We having fun yet? No. We're good. Let's go down another floor, because we got more excitement to be had here.
I wanna see a power fist.
It might be a while before we see a power fist. I haven't seen a power fist yet. Two and a half times damage. Take that, Rad Roach. We're getting more critical hits than I was expecting, however, it's also still really difficult to make those work for me. Do you think the Overseer appreciates us? What's the answer? I'm watching very closely. I, Overseer Rey Mysterio Jr. What, are you serious? Of course. Hey, more armor. That might actually be useful in this situation. Actually, that radiation suit is boosting your endurance. That's probably pretty good to have. You already have combat armor. And this battle armor would just, well... Your strength and your endurance. It doesn't increase your endurance as much. Strength by 2, agility by 1. Strength by 2, endurance by 1. It's kind of a trade-off. I mean, they're all trade-offs. I haven't seen a Power Fist in the game yet, myself. And I did have a playthrough that I was doing on my phone that I was farther along in than this. Uh-oh, glowing Rad Roach. Alright, you guys have already taken care of the big threat. Why don't you just all carefully, individually shoot these? There you go. You did it, ladies. There's some yarn. More stim packs. This room itself was a net gain. We gotta see the Daily Bulge. Wow, there is a lot going on down here. I mean, I could try and get all these folks focusing fire, but that's irritating and futzy enough to do even with touchscreen controls. Doing it with the way that the gamepad is set up for this, I just don't think it's going to be worth it. Hey, a new rifle. I'm gonna guess that might be better than your Scope 44 here. Enhanced lever action rifle, yeah. Let's get that going. Alright. All the ladies are packing pretty serious heat now. I'm into it. And yet more rats are still going to pose a challenge to us. That's okay. We'll figure things out in the fullness of time. Ladies. I do enjoy just watching them apparently have this much trouble. Oh, thing was already dead by the time I got into the targeting. Oh, isn't that just peachy? Wow, they're giving away stim packs like stim candy. There's another one. And a 9mm. I don't think anybody's going to be making use of a 9mm now. You see? Now we got so many dang guns, we're just setting guns aside. Ugh. There we go. 2.5. Still, that's enough to kill a rat roach, so I'm not that bummed out. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. The next hit anybody takes is going to do it. Show these losers what vault teamwork looks like. Ooh, I believe that is... Oh, there's some yarn. Bunch of caps. It's a handyman jumpsuit. That will increase somebody's agility back home. It's going to be good to give a diner worker, I think. Yeah, diner workers always wear handyman jumpsuits. That's the thing they do, right? This room is huge. Exville because of their infestation problem. Our people have been running off on quests of daring do in hopes of capturing the Bulge's eye. No one's left to keep the joint clean. So you get in the Bugle by kicking butt and taking names? What do we ask here? How did you get a hold of a copy? I feel like, generally speaking, the less in-your-face answer tends to be more helpful in these situations, especially considering my guys are low enough stats that I don't think they're either going to be able to intimidate or charm anyone. So that's what I feel like I'm going to do here. How'd you get a hold of a copy of the Bugle? Plus, that will help us figure out the next place to go for our quest here. Hey, Hazel. How'd you get a hold of a copy of the Bugle? Or the Bulge? We got a back issue for Vault 819. Until then, all we had to read was an old copy of some kind of ghoul thing. Hey, kitten. Did you hear screams? I thought I heard screams. Yes, they're right in front of us saying, "Thank you! Thank you for helping us!" Oh, another vault, dealie. Another scope magnum. And some more stim packs. There you go. We've accomplished the mission. Let's go back to the vault. Got some scope 44s, 10mm pistol, vault suit, and 615 caps. This is working out pretty well. Hey girl, you're being very sweet right now. I do love you. It's going to take 2 hours and 29 minutes to have them come back home. Have 212 bucks. That's not enough to do anything right now.
Hey, Bobo.
Hey, Travis the Goldfish. I'm just wrapping up my planned activity with vault stuff right now. I got a whole bunch of extra guns. I'll be able to arm probably the top couple of rooms, at least, of the vault, so that anytime intruders come in, they will have somebody to deal with. And they'll all have some kind of armor to wear, too, which ought to be able to be very useful to them. We got some crafting items. When they come back, that's going to be great news. And I'll send them off on another quest. And we might have enough guns at that point where everything will be hunky-dory. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to try something here. We can change names of people. I wanted to change Samuel Perry's name, too, so that Lethal would know, and so that nobody would forget. I'm going to change Samuel Perry's name to the original Wolfman. Because he lost his costume, but when he did come to the vault, he was clearly a Wolfman. There you go. Then maybe later on, people will go around and do an exciting round of naming people. You know, naming way style. So there we go. We had. I mean, I could change the names of some of these other folks, but I think the original Wolfman was the primary thing I wanted to make sure that I got taken. And there's enough food. There's a couple of people just wandering around because they don't have anything to do. I don't have enough caps yet until people come back to be able to get my training rooms expanded, so that some of the new kids can get themselves all. But either way, it's just a brief check-in with the world of the vault. So I'm relatively satisfied with that. If it's going to take them 2 hours to get back, 2.5 hours, we'll see if I'm still doing anything at that point. If I'm still doing something at that point, I might come back and check in on them, just to send them out on another quest, so that they'll be out on a quest the next time that we get here. And can we rush you? 1 in 3 odds of this going horribly wrong. And it didn't. Hooray! Actually, let me close. Are there any chivos that we can do easily right now? We're not going to be able to equip 4 dwellers with a plasma rifle for a long time. So, no, cancel. Oh, I guess it hasn't been 24 hours yet. Well, never mind then. We're just going to leave. We're going to get out of we're going to get it out of this little situation here. We're going to go to the main menu. And see, it was just a quick check-in. I'm going to go ahead and call that a little tiny mini-sode for the adventures of Vault 619. Booyaka Booyaka.